Howdy, and welcome back to the Texas Bucket List. The stories of Texas have been told for generations. Storytellers have used the written word, poets have used sonnets, and journalists have traveled all over just to get that one story of our state. But there is one man in Conroe who has used a totally different method to tell these stories. He's used sculpture. In a studio, off the square in downtown Conroe, sculptor and Texas native Craig Campobella works on his latest piece. Despite his award-winning work, there's one thing this meticulous molder knows.
It's like golf. You're never going to master.
Since the late 80s, the Houston native has been creating art that celebrates our state. But it took an early career in radio and some time out of Texas to realize where he needed to be.
Why was I in Los Angeles back in the early 80s and Gary P. Nunn's song came on, What I Like About Texas? I'm driving on the 105 and big old tears are coming down my eyes.
After answering his call back home, Craig had another calling, and a chance encounter with some clay struck the spark.
It was instantaneous that I could feel what needed to happen. It's not a conscious effort. It's really weird.
Creating art fulfilled a dream, but he longed to tell a story, to create something that could impact a person's love for the Lone Star State. That's when the Texian came into focus.
It tells the entire story about how we got to where we are today.
You can find the Texian surrounded by the battle and rally flags of the Texas Revolution at the Texas Flag Park in Conroe.
Tell all those stories in a beautiful Texas-sized pill form, right? Where people can understand that heritage. And then in the middle of it, don't put Sam, don't put Stephen, don't put Crockett, put your normal, just your everyday Texian fighting soldier, volunteer. Let's put that in the middle.
This piece of art tells Texas's fight for freedom, not just with the history that surrounds it, but also with some sneaky symbolism.
I get kind of sidetracked and I start like putting these little things in there that I don't think anybody's going to know about. Right? I started that a long time ago. And some people notice them and some people don't notice them. When they notice them, it's a lot of fun.
Under the Texian's left foot, you'll find 13 stones, one for each day of the siege at the Alamo. The rocks are covered with 354 markings, one for each person who paid the ultimate price at Goliad. Under the right foot, 9 stones represent those lost in the Battle of San Jacinto, while the 18 buttons on the Texian's jacket represent each minute of the quick and decisive victory for Texas. A big rock under the toe symbolizes the continued presence of a particular nemesis whose name is synonymous with the Texas Revolution, Santa Anna. Combining his art with the stories and history of Texas is the craving Campobella can't quell.
I can hear them say over and over again one thing: I did not know that. And my heart soars like the eagle, because that's the purpose behind the kind of art that I want to do.
Around the corner from the flag park on Spirit of Texas Way, you'll find Texas Lady Liberty. The gold gilded statue was inspired by the battle flag at the Battle of San Jacinto. In the Woodlands, you'll find another piece dedicated to the relationship between Stephen F. Austin and Jose Antonio Navarro.
You do a lot of history, but obviously a lot of Texas history. What is it about Texas history? Why does it inspire you so much?
Why does it inspire you so much? You do the Texas bucket list, for crying out loud.
From the Battle of Gonzales to Samuel McCullough Jr., a free black soldier who fought and was the first to be injured in the Texas Revolution, the subject matter for Campobella's creations is considerable.
It's important to know what soil you come out of, what was there before you. I think that's important to know. I know I don't want to rewrite history, I think some very brave, wonderful people came before us to give us the opportunities that we have today. And those are some tough people, man. Men, women, and children, and horses.
Telling stories through this kind of art is a time-consuming process that will stand the test of time, continuing the legend, lore, and stories of our Texas heroes.
I'm proud of that heritage, and I am beyond thrilled to be a storyteller of that heritage.